Oh my god. Bro, 110 million fucking dollars, bro. Do I know how much fucking money that is? That's like 5 lifetimes in the most expensive world, bro. My nigga. Bro, like, this is crazy. What's good, YouTube? I'm back here with another reaction video. As you see, same day. I posted earlier today, but that video just got dropped. We passed. Fuck. Get back. 3, 2, 1. What's good, YouTube? I'm back here with my second video. As you can see, I stumbled across this trading video. I said I might as well react to it, and yeah, I just posted earlier this morning. That video that I posted earlier this morning was last night though. I was up all night for that video. Now I'm doing this video kind of a little early. It's 10:43 right now. We're just gonna go ahead and knock this video out, man. Like the video and subscribe. Also, I will drop this guy's video in the link below. As you can see, I do it all the time. Ain't gonna do too much talking. Let's get into the video.
In 2022 Los Angeles, Jake sits quietly at his dorm room desk. He's about to make a trade that will rewrite Wall Street history. In this video, we'll break down the 3 steps this kid took to pull off the most unbelievable day trade you'll ever see. Starting with step 1, spot the winner. Jake's routine was simple. He'd spend hours at his desk, watching the stock market on one screen while playing chess or watching YouTube on the other. So how did the historical trade start? Therefore, we have to go to Discord, where Jake is part of the group of people who also love talking about stocks. They would share tips and ideas about which stocks to trade. One morning, Jake's friend dropped a message in the chat.
I only heard a couple.
The chat went quiet for a couple of hours, but finally, the friend posted again. Before we get to the name, what is his friend even talking about? What he basically said is that many people are betting against the stock, so if the price went up, they'd have to buy back shares, making the price rise even more. This causes a so-called short squeeze. It's when a stock blows up. Jake's friend thinks he found something similar. Jake did more research, and the deeper he looked, the more convinced he became that this stock could explode. What made him so sure about its potential? Well, he noticed momentum. The trading volume was rising, and most importantly, the stock was getting massive attention online, especially on Reddit and social media. He knew that if enough people got excited, the price could skyrocket, just like GameStop and AMC did. The stock even reached Wall Street because, on the same day, experts were set to talk about it, so Jake was eager to hear their thoughts. He watched the talk show, and to his surprise, the experts were very negative. They warned that anyone who bought this stock would lose everything. This made Jake question his decision. Was he making a huge mistake? Despite the warnings, Jake decided to ignore the experts. He was sure the stock would go up. The more he thought about it, the more obsessed he became, imagining how much money he could make. He was ready to take the risk and go after this trade. Step 2. Get money. In this part, we'll find out the name of the stock. But first, how could a 20-year-old college student with no money afford such a big trade? Sure, he could have worked some extra shifts at his local supermarket or sold some stuff on eBay. But the real solution was that Jake needed to borrow money. But who would trust a reckless college student with no real experience? Jake had big dreams of being a famous trader, but he didn't have the funds to back it up. So, he started asking brokerage companies for loans. Most of them said no, and the one who said yes didn't offer much. But Jake didn't give up. He needed more money to make his big trade work, so he turned to the people who knew him best, his friends and family. The one rule about borrowing money, Jake decided to ignore. But to be fair, his trading interest started because of a family member who showed him how to invest when he was just 11 years old. From then on, Jake loved learning about stocks. During high school, he already made $500 trading stocks, and now he wanted to make the trade of a lifetime. With the help of his family, he managed to collect $25 million to invest. Jake didn't just risk much.
Because realistically, if you watching this, how long did it take you to actually grasp the fact of like the whole concept of everything was going on and traded? Because me personally, I ain't gonna lie, first year, like for a whole 12 months straight of me like liking it and just like looking at it and watching people do it, honestly, I was so obsessed with it, but I didn't know nothing. Once I hit that 1 year mark, everything was way different. I ain't even gonna lie. Like it clicked, and I just drop in the comments if you how long did it take for you if you still watching, or if you even care. Like the video and subscribe. By the way, we gonna get into it.
Now, he risked relationships. Now, everything depended on this one trade. With $25 million in his hands, the big question was, what stock would get all of this?
Bro, 25 M's? Who? Alright, bro, 25 M's, bro. Oh, yeah, bro, you get out there, best. I ain't gonna lie. If you got a little 25 M's, bro, you could invest very, very easily, bro. Fam gave you 25 M's, bro. You spit off a fucking spoon. How you got no money? That's life decisions, bro. Life decisions. How your family rich, you not rich. Life decisions. You got big ass influences, role models. That's how it is. A lot of people be like trying to be from the hood and shit. Like, nigga, you was a bitch. I ain't even say it like that. Like, bro, come on now. Be honest with yourself. Why you all here acting like you tough, big, bad, but you can't even fight? I can see if you could fight and he was from the hood. Okay, we can see. But bro, you can't even fight. Let's go back to this trading video. I don't even have too much
money on. At this point, experts were already doubting him. If this trade failed, he could lose literally everything. Jake might have been a stock market genius, but he was still a young amateur. But despite everything, Jake was confident. He truly believed in this one company, and he thought it could make him millions. So, what was the name of the company? The company hated by experts, but loved by Jake and his friends. A company that was once a popular store for bedding, kitchenware, and home decor. But things had changed. It became a meme stock, meaning that people thought they could drive up the price by creating hype. It's the stock that was involved in one of the craziest trades of all time. So it's time for you guys to learn about BBBY, short for Bed Bath & Beyond, the stock that changed Jake's life for good. But how? Therefore, we need to take a look at the final step Jake took to make this trade happen. Step 3. Trade like a god. At just 20 years old, Jake wasn't just trading stocks. He was risking everything on one massive gamble. His plan? Simple. To buy 5 million shares of BBBY at $5 each, spending all he got to claim 6% ownership of the company. And next, to hold the stock for 6 months and wait for a 30 to 40% increase to make $8 to $9 million. Enough to make a name for himself as a serious investor. But then, something happened that Jake could never have imagined. The morning after he made his investment, he woke up and casually checked the stock price. His heart started pounding. The screen showed $8.16. In less than 24 hours, the stock had jumped by 32%. Jake froze. His $25 million investment was now worth $40.8 million. More than he thought he'd make in 6 months, and it happened overnight. Most people would have sold instantly, but Jake wasn't like most people. He remembered his research. This wasn't just a lucky spike. He believed the stock still had room to grow, so he didn't sell. This wasn't a huge mistake. The next day, the stock surged again. This time, it jumped 40%. Jake couldn't believe his eyes. His position was now worth over $57 million. In just 2 days, his money had more than doubled. Jake sat at his desk, staring at the screen. His finger hovered over the sell button. $57 million. That was more money than most people made in a lifetime. Should he cash out now, or could it go even higher? Every instinct screamed sell, but deep down, something told him to hold. So he did, not knowing what would happen the day after. On the third day, the situation changed. The stock price dropped 14% to $9.79. Jake's $57 million shrank to $49 million. He started to feel unsure. Had he made a mistake? Was this the beginning of the end? Most people would have panicked, hit sell, and gotten out before it fell further. But Jake didn't flinch. He reminded himself to stick to the plan. As a result, something unbelievable happened. Within 3 trading days, the stock didn't just rise, it skyrocketed. The price soared to $30 per share. Even Jake, who was usually calm and collected, couldn't hide his shock. But he knew the hype wouldn't last forever. Timing was everything, and it was time to act. Jake decided to sell at $27 per share and to end with a final position of $135 million. Minus his initial $25 million investment, Jake had made $110 million in profit, all in less than 2 weeks. It was the trade of a lifetime. But what happened next? Jake's decision to sell wasn't just smart, it was perfect. Within days of his sale, the stock began to crash. Latecomers who bought into the hype were left holding massive losses as the price plummeted. 5 months later, the stock hit rock bottom at $1.31 per share. If Jake had stuck to his original 6-month plan, his $135 million would have shrunk to just $6.6 million. He would have lost $18 million of his original $25 million investment. So what did Wall Street think about Jake's incredible trade? People were shocked that someone so young could make such a huge profit. And it wasn't just Wall Street. Everyone in the trading world went crazy about it. Jake's story spread like wildfire. Some people thought the whole thing was too good to be true. They didn't just question the trade, they even doubted Jake's existence. There were rumors that he was a fictional character created to hype up the story. But when Jake came forward and introduced himself publicly, people started to believe that the story was real. The excitement only grew from there. Jake's success seemed like something straight out of a movie, but not all reactions were positive. Some experts didn't see Jake's trade as something to celebrate. Instead, they warned that it was an extremely risky move. They pointed out that BBBY was already a struggling company. The stock price didn't go up because the company was doing well. It went up because of the online hype, which is very unpredictable. Many experts compared this kind of trading to gambling. Sure, you might make a huge profit, but you could just as easily lose everything. It wasn't about solid investing strategies. It was about riding the wave of hype and hoping it didn't crash. So what will Jake do now after his big win? First, it's important to remember that Jake is still very young. While he's now sitting on a massive fortune, he's not letting that change his plans. He continues his studies in mathematics and economics at the University of Southern California. Some people in his situation might drop out to focus on other things, but Jake remains ambitious. Before his big trade, he started an investment fund called Freeman Capital Management LLC in Wyoming. So maybe we'll hear more about Jake's company in the future. If you want to see more videos like this, just click on the video that popped up on the screen.
Oh my goodness. Bro, 110 million fucking dollars, bro. Do I know how much fucking money that is? That's like 5 lifetimes in the most expensive world, bro. My nigga. Bro, like, this is crazy. This just show that, bro, anybody can do it, for real. Anybody can. You just gotta put your mind to whatever you want to do and you're gonna do it in life. I'm telling you. All life is really just a big lesson. And the way you get the lesson is by your mistakes. That's the only way you can learn. But with that being said, I'm not going to do too much talking. I'm going to try to get this video out tonight. Like the video, subscribe. With that being said, I'm going to drop his link also. I'm never going to forget about any of the videos. I'm always going to give credit for where it's due because it's a very good story. Also, like and subscribe to me because I'm posting every day from now on to whenever and ever. I don't care. But 1 video a day is mandatory. So, have a nice one. God bless.